Out with the old, in with the new.
That is down. I like this. Over the last month, we have completely overhauled this Murray Kilowatt. We swapped on a 440cc two-stroke snowmobile engine. We made the track with wider, lower, and better suspension travel. We added front brakes, and we made the engine run a lot better than it has previously. Behold, the Murray Megawatt. So we have a beautiful day here in the middle of February, and it's time to see what this thing can do. The final piece to the puzzle in getting this to ultimate performance is swapping on a new belt from Go Power Sports. We shifted the engine around, and the belt we had on it was just not quite in the right place for proper engagement. So in today's episode, we're gonna be doing some before and after performance testing with the current belt, and with the new belt, we're gonna be doing a hot lap on the CarsandCameras Grand Prix. I think this is easily gonna do a top 5 performance, considering it should have 40 or so horsepower. And we're also gonna see what this Murray Kilowatt can do in the top speed as well. So we have 120 feet marked off in the driveway here. We're gonna do some before and after performance testing with our old and new belts. But first, we have to take a minute to thank today's sponsor, GoPowersports.com. Whether you need a custom belt for your mini bike or go-kart, or your two-stroke Murray Kilowatt, Go Power Sports can hook you up. In fact, all the suspension components that we use to build this machine, the brakes, the hubs, the shocks, the steering components, are all from GoPowersports.com. So whether you're simply making a bolt-in upgrade for your mini bike or go-kart, or you're doing completely custom suspension like we've done here, Go Power Sports can hook you up with the right parts for a great price. So to check out all the parts we used in this build, you can find them at links in the description of this episode. But of course, anytime you place an order with GoPowersports.com, let them know that Cars and Cameras sent you. All right, let's get a helmet on, let's get this thing fired up, start doing some testing. Those brakes work. That was my fault. I adjusted it, and
Okay.
you were going really fast a second ago. I was. If that tire had done that while
So
I
when
was
you
going
hit
fast,
the so when you hit the brakes, it pulled out.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
So we're gonna average our 320-foot test to give our before average. But before we do that, we're gonna send Ike for a top speed run just to see if the belt change is gonna have an effect on the top speed as well.
Oh my goodness.
47.4 miles per hour. I don't think that's bad with a slipping belt. And not even wide open throttle, right? Not even wide open throttle.
Yeah, we got to look into that.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
So 47, which is a very high watermark, is what we have to beat.
Yep.
And that belt is
Yeah,
cooked.
look at it, it's starting to come apart there, and you can roll it. I can completely roll it around. Yeah, it's done.
Let me crank it up and see if you can roll it around.
Not
Nope.
with my hand there.
All right, so here are the results from our control or before tests on our 440 Murray. We averaged a 6.08 in the 120 foot. That is slow. Yeah, not good. There should be a lot of room for improvement there. Top speed of 47.4, and that wasn't even all it had. That was as fast as Ike felt comfortable with. So another important thing to mention is that we only have about 80 or so percent throttle with the gas pedal, but the belt was slipping so badly that more gas would have just made the belt slip worse. Yeah. So we're gonna install our new belt and try to figure out our getting full throttle situation. After that, we're gonna run our tests again with our top speed and then lay down a Grand Prix lap, because I think this thing is going to be top 5 easily.
Definitely.
So let's get to work.
So the two things we're taking care of is this belt. Some of y'all might notice that the pulleys are not lined up perfectly, and that's on purpose because this drive pulley, when it squeezes together, when you accelerate and it pinches the belt, it actually moves the belt that direction. This driven pulley way down here, it actually moves the belt that direction. So as the engine RPM increases, it's going to move that belt straight. And I've got it set up where it moves straight about half throttle, about half of the speed that you want. And then of course it's going to go offset wide open throttle. It'll be fine. It's not going to be held there that long. It functions fine. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to try to figure out a way to get wide open throttle here. I hadn't quite figured out how to do that yet, but we'll have something to do with a pivot.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
One cable pull, another one, yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably what we're gonna have there, and then we'll have wide open throttle with our foot, not reaching around with our hands. So let's start with the belt, dude.
All right.
We'll go ahead and put it on. Now we're gonna have to disconnect. We're gonna have to take off this bolt to this suspension and the seat belt to try to slip that belt past between the frame and the pulley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
A design flaw on our fault, on us.
That's okay.
It'll be fine, right? All right, let's do it.
All right, sounds good. Okay.
All right.
It's flush. So we're gonna pop those off.
Now we gotta try to get the belt off.
Yeah. So, do you want me to spin this one in, or hold on? Never mind. It's off.
Look at that.
It's off.
I was right.
Out with the old, in with the new, and we've compared the old one to the new one, and there's an arrow and it says this side to engine. So you want to make sure that this side of the belt faces the engine. Pretty self-explanatory. Even though I could still mess it up.
Nice new
Sneak it
belt.
right by there, and then I guess we can roll it forward. Get the belt on.
Yeah.
Just watch your fingers.
Definitely a tighter fitting belt.
There we go.
Because the other one just fell right off, basically.
Yeah. And we don't we have a slightly smaller one as a backup?
Yeah, we do.
So we're just gonna test this one for now.
Yeah.
I guess next thing is put this back together and work on wide open throttle, right?
That's right.
Cool. This is one of those ones that you tighten up, but you don't go all the way tight because it's a pivot point. You let the lock nut hold the bolt still.
Right.
Doesn't look twisted to me.
No, it looks good.
Seems comfortable. All right. Well, I'm gonna put it back together if that's all right with you.
That's good to me. And we got to figure out that throttle. That part's gonna be fun.
We might have to make something with a little bit of angle iron or something, or a pivot, like you were saying, kind of like a pivot point or a cantilever setup.
Yeah.
I think I said that right.
Seatbelt there?
Yep, seat belt's there.
All right.
There it is.
All right, man, let's figure out that throttle now. So I think the idea is the pedal throw is not far enough here. I can't get it to go back any further to get more cable to it, and we can't get it to go forward anymore. So that is our limitation right there. So we got to figure out how do we make this throttle pull more. There's not enough throw.
Gas.
Yeah.
With the gas.
I think we got about 75% throttle.
Okay.
So maybe some sort of a bracket here that pivots, and the throttle will, this cable will pull on one part of it, and then I'll have another spot with this side hooked to it. So we can get a little bit more throw. That's That's what I'm working with.
Okay, I'll help you out.
All right, dude.
We have this return spring on this throttle, and when you go wide open throttle, it compresses all the way. So what if we did away with this spring and just kind of see,
put another return spring somewhere else.
yeah, so maybe we can get just a tad more out of this.
Okay.
I mean, it's getting pretty close to,
Yeah.
Let's
There's
just
still more.
see.
There's still more room at the pedal.
yeah.
So,
So we're gonna try this.
Is this a dumb idea? Could we cut that spring down? I don't want to modify original hardware, but could we cut like a lowrider? Cut the spring.
Oh,
I like cutting springs.
Charles.
I'm just kidding. I didn't cut my springs. I bought shorter ones.
I cut my spring. I heated my spring.
Oh my gosh! Don't do that. Buy the kit. Wow, you were really having to put some effort in that.
Yes, I am. I think maybe these vice grips will help out from here. There we go.
Nice.
So that's wide open, and we can still use some more. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the spring down some and hope that it still has the power to pull it back.
If not, I'll go find something. Another return spring in my box.
We probably have some other springs around. Let's look for some other springs rather than modifying this one.
All right.
Basically, all I'm doing is getting more throw out of the throttle pedal by eliminating the stop on the pedal release, if that makes any sense. Like the stop that keeps the pedal from falling down to the floorboard.
Okay.
I'm
And I gotta make that piece of angle iron for you.
gotta make a little piece of angle for our new stop, and then we're gonna be good to go, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna tighten it up, and what it does is it holds this cable, and that's gonna be where the pedal is down here.
Okay.
And now I'm giving it gas. A little bit more fine tuning.
Fine adjustment tool right there.
Yep, fine adjustment tool. Full throttle. We have full throttle.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look. I can't pull any more out, so that's WOT.
So all we gotta do is make that angle iron piece and we're good. Man, that was easy.
I know.
That was it.
All right. Hopefully I drilled it big enough.
I'm sure you did.
I just guessed.
Yeah, eyeballed it.
Yeah. It was the biggest drill.
I hope you have a good icrometer.
No, that's where you come in.
Yeah, it looked big enough.
That's okay.
All right, let's see. Wide open throttle, and
it stops.
Good
Perfect.
job, bud.
Yeah,
Let's
all right.
give it full throttle, and I'm going to come over here and. All right.
Ready?
Yep. Oh yeah, we're
it.
good. We're good.
Sweet.
We're golden. How about one more time?
Okay.
Oh, that is dialed.
Do I need to
Dialed.
Do I need to check anything down below? Make sure we don't lose like a pin. You've got that all done.
I got that done, dude.
Okay. All right.
So she is ready for a ride.
All right, man, let's get this thing.
We're gonna do a butt dyno test, and
That's it.
then some scientific testing.
Uh-huh.
All right. So let's just go have some fun.
Let's do it.
Oh my gosh, it's got more power. Oh yeah, rear brakes are working a lot harder. Oh yeah, nice power slide. Oh.
Well, the boys took the Murray out, and I was upstairs in my office in the house, and all I heard was, oh. So I'm gonna say it was pretty quick. But there's some bad news too. It sounds like our gearing change was not enough. We're still cooking our brand new belt even after riding it for just a few minutes. Which leads us to needing to make a gear change, which that was an issue because the larger the gear we put on there, the more likely we're going to be sawing the bottom of the engine case. So Charles just took that 64 off, and we're going to be installing a 68, which means we need to raise the rear of the vehicle. It shouldn't be too bad, just to give more clearance, and then we're going to be right back to performance testing. So in just a few minutes, we have relocated our upper shock pivot point, basically, and that's going to significantly stiffen the suspension, and we also raised it by about an inch or so to make make more room for our sprocket. So yeah, we did just change the gearing by 4 teeth, which that's going to change the result of our acceleration and top speed test, but it's what we got. So I'm going to give this one a go, and I'm going to do the 3 runs on the top speed run and see what we got.
I think he's okay.
I like this.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is fast.
It's not bad.
It is really fast. You know, it feels like it has initial go, it dies, and then holy moly.
Yeah. Not bad, not bad.
One thing I'll say is that because I don't want to like wreck the belt again, I'm not giving it any kind of preload with the gas. So when Charles
you don't want to give it preload.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, it could be faster at the expense of the belt, but that being said, I think it's a lot faster than it was.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Is the belt slipping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. So we probably need to change the gear again.
Yeah.
Okay, like a bit, even a bit.
It was slower the 3rd time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was.
Yeah. That's why I got belt slip. Well, let's grab the phone. We can see how fast it goes.
Okay.
Then we can see if we can get a Grand Prix lap out of this belt.
Sounds good.
And then it looks like we're going to be back to the drawing board again to make significant changes to the gearing.
I'm thinking jack shaft right in front of the engine.
Yeah.
That way we can play with the gearing a lot more. We can get rid of that huge sprocket on the axle.
Soften the suspension again.
Soften the suspension a little bit. Well, you know, we could probably put it exactly in the same place where it was before.
Exactly.
Because we'll have a smaller sprocket.
Yeah. Here's our GPS speed app that's going to record our top speed. Wish me luck.
All right, man, be careful.
This is big dog stuff right here.
Yes, it is.
Ignition on.
Yes, sir.
All right. Driver ready.
Yep.
I'm gonna say old John boy hits 54 miles per hour. That's what I think.
That was easily the fastest I've ever gone in that section.
I'm gonna say 54 miles per hour.
Oh, 48.8? Come on, it felt like so much faster. Oh.
Okay.
Oh man.
Oh.
How's it handling?
Maybe that's why it feels so fast, is because you're still sitting very high off the ground.
Yes.
So it's like you're sitting on the throne going 50 miles an hour. It's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is lower. I can definitely tell it's lower. But apart from that, I mean, steer all right. Doesn't steer that great, I guess. Rear suspension,
stiff.
Too tight.
It's all right. We went
still
back,
processing.
We did all this work and we went backwards.
No.
Okay,
No, I don't-
forwards.
Okay.
I don't think we went backwards.
Good.
No,
All right.
just
It definitely needs some more TLC.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
We can work with that.
Yeah.
coming back this way. There's some little bumps going downhill, and what the belt decided, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
It felt like the rear end, the front end got really light and started bouncing around, and we have so much steering slop that it's like, it's bouncing and the steering is kind of landing in different spots. So one moment it was like, okay, I'm headed straight for the ditch, like when it kind of reloaded.
Right.
Boy, I'm sure that'll, if that captured on camera, that'll be interesting.
I don't think it probably did.
Yeah,
but
but still.
it's only stuff you can feel, but
It's a fun cart though, isn't it?
it's got a whole lot of beans under that pedal.
We just need to refine it.
Yeah. But I think as the first send kind of real test of this thing, it's really good.
Yeah.
Terrifying,
Yeah.
but really good.
Right. Okay.
Oh, it could also go a lot faster than that. There's probably another 5, maybe 10 in it.
Okay.
I just got scared.
I know. I mean,
Dude, you're turning on gravel at 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
well, there's turns and bumps and all
Trees.
that stuff. Trees,
Ditches,
squirrels,
Teslas.
Teslas, pot of water.
Who's up? Okay, so now that we have an idea of the rough top speed of this, even though there's more in it, Ike is going to take it around for a Grand Prix lap, and then we're going to see our before and after side by side.
Not ready. On your mark. Get set. Go. You got one more? Yeah. All right, hold on.
All right, he's going again.
Get set.
I'm running out of gas.
You ran out of gas?
I ran out of gas up there. I went around the corner,
Oh.
ran out of gas. So I'm sitting there, whoa, 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 and then all of a sudden I straightened out and it just took off. So I lost a lot of time on that.
Okay.
So we got to keep this fuel tank full.
Bummer.
Was I at least on the top 5?
I don't know. We'll have to go look.
All right.
Look.
Charles still needs to take the megawatt for a rip that he's going to do here in a minute. But first, let's talk about our before and after tests and our top speed and the Grand Prix, which is honestly staggering, considering this was our first send of the megawatt.
I can't wait to see the time.
It is fast.
Okay.
It is fast. So a couple things we need to note. We made the gearing a little bit shorter, which is going to affect a few things. Really interesting for the top speed, though, that we're going to talk about in a minute. And we need some different springs in our rear torque converter pulley, the driven pulley. Basically, we have really good right off the line acceleration, and then it dies, and then it starts to hook and pull like an absolute freight train. So we need some different springs from Go Power Sports to help just keep the
stiffer
belt
spring.
nice and tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So before, our average 120-foot time was a 6:08. After, it was a 4.9.
Which you're a little bit lighter,
Yeah.
but I think it still was.
It's like 1.2
improvement.
seconds faster, which is incredible considering it was falling on its face for most of that.
Yeah.
Again, good initial, and then good once it got some speed, but in the middle there it was a little bit dead.
Yeah.
Top speed before the gear change, 47.4. After, 48.8. So it got faster even though we made the gearing shorter, which means...
Probably the belt is slipping less because it doesn't have to work as hard.
That, and there's more RPM in this thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. So we can change the gearing even more and probably still hit 50 miles an hour if that's something that we want to do. So, on to your Grand Prix lap time, sir. Let's take a look at the top 10.
Okay, so if we're starting with me first, that means you're faster, so that's all right.
I didn't go.
Oh.
I'm not willing to hot lap this thing until it's farther together.
I don't know what I was thinking.
That's usually what we do.
Okay.
Okay. So, where do you think you landed, bud? We have the Yard Dart with a 52, all the way down to the Yerf Dog GY6 with a 104. Oh, you're close. But you're actually right here.
Nice.
Faster than Han Dookie.
No way.
Number 5. So we now have 6 projects under 1 minute. 7 projects under 1 minute. I remember the first time we ever got under a minute, we were like, oh my God, we're never going faster than this.
Yeah. Well, 52:39.
It's gonna be hard to beat.
You know, with a good tuning on that thing, I think we'll be right there with the Yard Dart.
Yeah, I will point out that the Yard Dart was around a 58 in its rough stages.
Yeah.
And we were able to tune another 6 seconds out of that thing.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be close.
Yeah.
So stay tuned to the channel to see if the Megawatt can dethrone the Yard Dart. But let's get Charles on the Megawatt and see what he thinks of it.
All right.
You think he's liking it?
I think so. Just a little fine tuning and that thing's gonna be a rocket ship.
Yeah, it already is a rocket ship.
It's not bad. Belt slip though.
Yeah.
I got very lucky this time, but I feel like I was getting a little too overconfident with it, slinging it around. That's when I'm gonna like learn where the...
Yeah, new build, you definitely gotta...
But that was fun, man.
Thanks for tuning into this episode, everybody. We have some finishing touches to do to the Megawatt, but man, this is one of the first builds we built front brakes for, and they're extremely effective. The 440 makes a ton of power. This is a from-scratch build except for the tub pretty much. So a lot of custom stuff here, and I think it's turned out great. And if you look at it, it's only a little bit slower than the cross cart that we spent like 6 months building. So I think we're really making progress here in terms of our building skills. We just got to keep safety in mind. So we need to fix our steering. We need to fix that driven pulley, and we'll be off to the races. Thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up, and we'll catch you next time.
Might put something on my back for the some
Yeah,
padding.
we need seat padding.
Yeah, I realized that was a little rough on...
Mike's making fun of us.
I know,
But it's all right.
my back hurts in different spots. He didn't do tires for a decade. He worked on just cars.